Welcome everyone! It's finally time for Canto 5! I've been looking forward to this for a while now, since this is Ishmael from what I remember. So I guess we will get started. I don't really feel good physically, so I might not stream as long as I did the previous 2 weeks. But I'll still try to go as far as I can. Hopefully this one isn't as long as Canto 4. At least from what I understand, it's not as long. But we'll see. Oh yeah, by the way, I also tried leveling up my main sinners to 40. I only managed to get these two to 40, and then this one was close, and then these two are the ones I will be aiming for after. But do let me know if there are other specific ones that you recommend that I guess level up and up-tie, because I don't really know. Either way, let's get going. Enter! Has it been so long since this bus boat, was hounded by the sirens and the flashing green lights? I'm surprised you're streaming while feeling unwell, especially since you're technically early. Don't push yourself too much. I'll be okay. I'll just probably stream maybe 2 hours max or 1 hour. I'll see how it goes. But I do want to try streaming a bit longer for next week to make up for it. And well, I guess we'll see how it goes. Because I do enjoy streaming this game for a long time. The sinners were sitting uncomfortably, trying to get some shut-eye in the ship cabins, formerly known as the bus cabins. The thought of returning to their rooms didn't even seem to occur to them. After gazing out the window for a while, Faust came to her feet and approached the helm, formerly known as the wheel. You know, I like how they're telling us what exactly it was before, in case those that don't know about boats much can understand how and where it is.
네, 신호가 왔군요.
Faust? Oh, poor Isang.
내내 기다리던 그 연락이 도래했다는 말이요.
He already looked tired in his normal expression, and now he just looks even worse than before.
드디어 데우스에서의 모험이 시작된다는 말인 겐가?
You know, I wish I could be like Don Quixote and be that positive.
어떤 신호가 왔다는 거죠? 알람 소리가 들리는 것도 아니고 무언가가 나타나거나 한 적도 없는데요.
시야에는 잡히지 않지만 메피스토펠레스가 먼 곳의 연기 신호를 감지했습니다.
Oh, a smoke signal. He looks more miserable than he did in his Canto, you're right. Hi Dragon Tales, welcome to the stream.
연기 봉화를 피울랬다는 건가? 그걸 기다리고 있었던 거구만.
항해 시작. 첨벙.
슬슬 연안구역에서 벗어나 대호수 초입이라고 부를 만한 부분으로 진입합니다. 지금부터는 자동 항해 기능을 작동시키겠습니다. 무엇이? 지금까지는 대호수가 아니었다는 것이요?
Yes, apparently so.
정의를 말하자면 지금껏 대호수에 있었다고 할 수 있지만 특별한 위협이 존재하지 않았기 때문에 돈키호테 씨가 인식하고 있는 정보에 맞춰 구분하여 말씀드렸습니다.
Interesting.
그런 일들이 있었는데 위협이 없었다는 것인가? 저기에 있는 이상구는 항해 내내 양동이만 붙잡고 있지 않은가?
You don't need to point it out.
나
Oh my gosh.
신경
I feel so bad for him because I know exactly how he feels.
보내려는 줄 알았건만 속에서부터 다른 걸 보내니 어쩔 도리가 없네.
Oh my gosh, Don Quixote!
그리고 그 월피릭 위스밤? 그거 지나고 얼마 안 되었고.
Well, I guess. Oh, I like the way that the voice actress for Don Quixote pronounces certain things on purpose. It's so funny and adorable.
입니다. 그리고 그 모든 일들이 데우스에 의한 것은 아니지 않은가요?
거짓 원인의 오리로군.
어려운 말이 너무 많으니 본인은 자던 잠이나 마저 자겠소.
She's so adorable.
아니, 위험 구역에 들어섰다면 이제 몸을 추스르고 긴장 상태에 돌입해야 한다고 본다.
This is one of the not rare moments when I agree with Otis. Otis?
총은 경계 배치.
Otis suddenly leaped to her feet and began barking orders at the sinners.
아이,
뭐야?
아이씨, 심장 멎는 줄 알았네.
Poor Gregor. He needs a break.
오티스, 입에는 자동으로 운행되고 있어요. 위험한 상황은 피해갈 뿐더러 마주할 수밖에 없다면 경고가 울릴 거예요.
Well, that's useful.
나 참 그런 뜻모를 기능을 얼마나 신뢰하라는 거지? 게다가 그 장치라는 것도 막판에 그 보트 센터 해결사들이 급하게 붙여놓은 것일 뿐이잖아.
확실히 파우스트가 직접 장착하지 않았죠. 신뢰도가 100%는 아닐 겁니다.
잘 말했다. 자고로 항해는 알 수 없는 일들이 도사리고 있는 법. 결국 사람이 나서야 한다는 것이다.
I bet this will be one of the moments where Ishmael is nodding in agreement with Otis.
그렇다면 그대가 이 배를 이끌겠다는 말인가?
관리자님께서 항해에 대한 기억을 갖고 계시지는 않으니 그 편이 옳겠군. 나는 마침 다수를 이끈 경험이 있는 몸이니
She just wants to be a leader.
오, 대장!
대장이 아니다. 선장이다.
She's totally embracing the role.
관리자님, 이번엔 관리자님의 대리로서 선장직을 잠시 맡겠습니다.
She continued before I even had the chance to reply.
자, 들어라. 무릇 항해라는 것은
After an indeterminate amount of time, it was skipped. Poor Otis.
라는 것이다. 항해의 기본. 다 잘 받아 적었나, 제군들?
I can't believe it. We didn't even get to hear all of her explanation.
후비적.
우후, 들을수록 신기한 것 투성이군. 마치 모험하는 것 같지 않은가?
Don Quixote would be the student that every teacher would want.
거친 파도 속 폭풍을 뚫으며 모험을 하는 것. 그것은 이 몸의 꿈 863개 중 하나였다네.
어찌 그리도 숫자가 구체적인지. 오티스님, 질문이 있습니다.
좋다. 허가하지.
저 복잡하게 생긴 레버는 무엇인가요?
She doesn't know, does she?
나도 궁금했다네. 저건 대체 무슨 기능을 하는가? 혹시 누르면 배에서 대포가 차걱 차걱 나와서 막 빠바방 하고 나가는 것은 아닌가?
She's so funny.
트랜스포메이션 레바인가? 실제로 본다면 제법 멋질 것으로 보.
She doesn't know for sure.
저 오티스 씨?
요새 들어 쓸데없이 겉멋 만들고 소갈맹이는 제대로 되지 않은 것들이 소위 최신 기술이라는 가짜는 이름 말에 생겨나더군.
Oh yeah, if you say so, Otis.
편리함만 줬다 보면 위험성은 증대한다. 그런 최신 기술에 기대다 보면 어느 순간 전부 무너질 거라고. 기계의 피와 땀과 같은 나사와 기름 속에서 이뤄진 열기. 그 속에서 지휘자의 냉철한 리더십과 부하들의 탄탄한 충성심이 만들어내는 조합.
Blood? What?
제대로 된 정통과 역사가 있는 공방 장치는 그런 식으로 돌아가는 게 맞는 이치인 것을. 그게 바로 전우회라는 것이 탄생하는 순간이다.
Okay.
이해는 안 가지만 멋있어요.
No!
가슴에 뭔가 울림이 느껴져요.
You guys. Why?
대장! 아니, 소장! 최신 기술이라는 것이 자꾸만 불량한 소리를 내고 있어. 어떻게 하겠어?
Wait, if it's beeping, that means that must be the alarm.
이 오티스 증명해 보이겠다. 이따위 최신 기술 없이도 항해에는 문제가 전혀 없다는 걸. 자, 돈키호테 선언. 출력 손잡이를 최대로 개방.
손잡이 최대 개방!
Wait, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
싱클레어 선언. 키를 중앙에 놓고 스위치.
키를 중앙에 놓고 스위치. 키를 중앙에 놓고 스위치.
가자!
엔진 완전히 침묵하였어.
자동 항해 기능이 중지된
Oh, I thought he's finished speaking.
오래된 모듈이라 재부팅을 하려면 약 5시간이 소요됩니다.
5 hours so we. Oh my gosh.
운전수를 버린 벌이야.
Wait. So we're just stuck here?
그럴 리가요. 자동 항해 기능이 메피스토펠레스의 엔진에 녹아들었기 때문에 엔진을 기동하는 건 어렵겠지만 수동으로 전환하면 될 뿐입니다.
Okay, I guess we'll be using Karon. I can't believe this.
자, 제군들. 이런 위기 상황에서
I
가장
love
중요한 것은 명확한
this
지휘,
music.
단합이다. 영 하면 오른발을, 차 하면 왼발을 돌리도록. 영! 차!
It's moving.
영!
차고 나발이고 너는 왜 땀 한 방울 안 흘리고 괜히 새끼만 하는 거냐?
어리석군. 선장의 체력 손실은 부하 전원의 위험을 불러일으킨다.
If you say so.
체력을 보존하기 위해 내 몸을 쓰지 않는 것이다.
Oh, okay, Otis.
네가 언제부터 대장이었냐?
Well, she did say she's the captain, not the commander. She's totally gonna cut them up, isn't she?
그냥 저 거지 같은 갈매기들을 납치한 다음에 발전기를 돌리게 훈련시키면 안 되는 거냐?
I don't think they would be strong enough.
어이, 잘난 파우스트 씨, 척척 박사라며. 그 정도의 기술은 네 머리로 금방 뚝딱 만들어낼 수 있는 거 아니야?
불가능은 아니지만 효용성이 떨어져요. 기초적인 배변 훈련부터 시켜야 하니까요.
Rudimentary toilet training.
카론, 심심해. 카론은 운전하고 싶은데.
교체. 운전기사인 네가 발전기를 돌려라. 심심해하더니 잘됐군.
어머, 감당되나? 그러면 베르가 가만히 있지 않을 텐데. 면담하고 싶어?
Oh gosh.
아이씨. 잠깐. 우리 천천히 뒤집어 보자고.
Gregor, I don't think that's how it works.
왜 이렇게 땀을 흘려가면서 발전기를 돌리고 있어야 하냐에 대해 근본적인 원인을 따져보잔 말이야. 어?
모든 결과에 일일이 원인과 책임을 따져보는 것은 구린 발상이다. 최종 결과가 성공적이면
Stinking
그 전의
thought.
것들은 전부 과정에 불과하게 되니까.
아니 탓을 하자는 게 아니라 애초에 왜 이렇게 쫓기듯이 속력을 내야 하냐 이 말이야. 우리의 목적지는 유사의 큰 항구 중 하나라며. 아니 목적지도 방향도 정확히 알고 있고 말이야. 그 항구가 움직이는 것도 아니고 왜 그렇게 서둘러야 하는 건데? 아니 그렇잖아. 이 잔잔한 대우수 한복판에 뭐 갑자기 괴물이 튀어나와서 우리를 다 죽이겠다는 그 뭐 예고장을 보낸 것도 아니고.
I think you're jinxing us.
축적된 경험들로 인해 어느 정도 직감이 발달하게 된 것 같군요, 그레고르. 흥미롭네요.
어?
파우스트는 이를 긍정적인 변화라고 여깁니다. 우리는 앞으로 10분 이내에 이 구역을 벗어나야 해요. 그러니까 예상이 예상보다 조금 지체되었네요.
불길하지만 구체적인 시간까지 제시하는 이유는?
Probably because something's gonna appear.
대호수의 규칙 때문입니다.
역시 그 규칙 때문인가?
로자, 당신이 대호수의 규칙을 알고 있을 거라는 예측은 없었는데요. 직감이 이런 방향으로 발달할 수 있다고 보기는...
미안. 이번에는 아는 척 좀 해보려고 했어. 매번 되묻는 패턴도 식상하잖아.
유사의 대호수에는 반드시 지켜져야만 하는 규칙이 있습니다. 그리고 그레고르 씨의 말씀과 달리 항구는 움직인답니다.
뭐 하다하다 호수에서도 규칙이 있다고?
Clearly for good reason.
규칙을 어기는 학생이 있으면 호수에서 매라도 들고 오기라도 해?
Probably worse than that.
징징거리는 새끼. 뭐 분하는 규칙은 없어? 귀 따갑군.
Guys, knock it off. I could almost hear a well-timed sigh followed by honest but brutal piercing words. It was like someone recorded her sigh and played it in my head. But Ishmael was nowhere to be seen on the deck.
그러니까 앞으로 제게 바라는 게 있다면 확실하게 말해주세요.
She wasn't kidding. Ishmael remained in her room, not a peep to be seen or nor heard despite the commotion. Not appearing once through all that's happened since the incident.
설명을 드리고 싶지만 그보다 이 구역을 벗어나는 것이 우선된다는 걸 말씀드리고 싶네요. 금방의 대화로 소모한 시간을 계산했을 때 남은 건 7분 정도입니다.
구역을 벗어나려면 직선 거리로 15km가량 남았다. 한 사람당 시속 10km 이상의 추진력을 담당할 수 있어야만 안전하게 넘어갈 수 있다.
오늘따라 단합이 잘 되는군. 아주
가자, 로시한테.
Sorry, Vergilius.
달려보세라.
I love Don Quixote.
쟤는 왜 저렇게 힘이 넘치는 거야?
Poor Gregor.
글렀어. 놓고 가. 놓고 갈 공간이 어디 있다고 그러세요?
Look at Mirasol's face expression, and Vergilius is just 2 dots.
이 정도 강도에서의 페달링에는 복식 호흡이 가장 효과적이다.
시속 10km 정도를 담당하는 추진력에서는 그렇죠. 좀 더 부하가 필요했다면 코와 입을 모두 써야만 했을 겁니다.
Hypernia.
자기는 안 지쳐?
네, 뭐 3분 남았습니다.
Oh my gosh, hurry!
무슨 일이 일어나는지도 모르면서 이렇게 힘만 빼는 게 의미가 있어?
She said there's no time, just step on it with your life!
카론, 부릉부릉 하고 싶었어. 이건 따릉따릉이야. 따릉따릉. 재미없어.
콧노래 부르면서 노동하는 것도 좋은 활력이 되네요.
Honglu, you're so...
뭐야? 왜 이렇게 안 지치는 사람이 많아?
저희 집안에서 강제로 받아온 수련에 비하면 힘든 축에도 들지 못하죠.
What? What kind of training did you do?
다 닥쳐.
닥치고 밟기나 해.
앞으로 남은 시간은 30초.
Oh my god, hurry!
30초.
박진감이 넘치는 건 이것이 바로 모험이 아니겠는가?
I like this. I like how the seagull's right there in front.
이렇게 거대한 적에게 돌진하는 것 참.
Breathe!
말과 호흡을 아껴야 한다. 흐름이 망가진다. 들이마시고 내쉬고 들이마시고 내쉬고 들이마시고 내쉬고.
I like how we're pedaling, but Otis isn't pedaling at all.
내쉬고.
이제 얼만큼 남았지?
앞으로 10초. 4초.
Oh my gosh!
이 타이밍에서 5초를 말하지 않나요? 다들 입 다물고 마지막 젖 먹던 힘까지 내라.
Somehow we managed to escape the zone before Faust counted down to 0. Some sinners immediately threw themselves to the deck of the ship like limp puppets, while some looked like they'd just taken a quick rest at a park bench. So we made it somehow, but...
규칙에 대한 그 어떤 징조도 보이지 않는다만 내가 잘못 본 건가? 파우스트 씨?
설마 규칙이고 뭐고 순개뻥이었고.
I hardly doubt it.
우릴 그냥 개처럼 부려먹을 작정이었다면 진심으로 가만두지 않을.
The tranquil lake surface we just pedaled through was gone, as though it was never even there. In its place was an immense something. Its innumerable legs or tentacles writhed, rising above the lake's surface. I couldn't even tell where the thing ended and where the lake began. Did it burst from the lake, or were we traveling unawares on its body this whole time? I like how there's a squid right there, and then a fish right there. I couldn't even find the right word to describe the magnitude of that thing. Its appearance sent waves across the waters all the way to the zone we were in. Mephistopheles shook violently, as though it was about to capsize. It need not be said that the sinners on the deck were given an untimely shower. Oh wait, you're right.
조금만 더 늦었다간 모두가 과자 부스러기 꼴이 되었겠어.
Breathe!
만조. 이 정도는 되어야 날뛸 맛이 나지.
만일 저것이 우리를 한 번 더 공격하려 한다면 승산은 없다.
아니, 저것은 이곳에서는 우리를 내버려 둘 거다. 그게 대호수의 규칙이니까.
이제 미뤄뒀던 설명을 할 수 있겠군요. 유사 대호수의 규칙은 여러 가지지만 지금 필요한 설명을 간단하게만 하죠.
Okay, good.
한 호수에서 일정 시간 이상 머무를 경우 각 호수만의 파도가 밀려옵니다.
Okay.
보통 저런 걸 파도라고 부르나?
호수와 호수 사이를 넘어가는 것 또한 정해져 있는 시간과 조건이 각각 존재합니다.
뭐야? 그러면 어디에 멈춰 있기만 하면 반드시 저런 문어다리 같은 건데 당한다는 거잖아.
그래서 당연하게도 이 호수 위의 모든 것은 규칙에 맞추어 위치를 바꾸어 갑니다.
Ah, so that's why the place they're going to moves to.
그 목표를 향해 가는 방법도 그것에 맞추어 우리를 안내하고요.
Okay.
혹시 그 규칙이라는 것에 대해 정리되어 있는 건 없나요? 제 방에는 유머가 가문의 규칙이 적힌 종이를 붙여두곤 했어요. 완전히 지키긴 어려웠지만.
That's when I heard a door open. Whoever opened it did so with obvious irritation.
기어코 파도가 왔었나 보네요. 그렇죠?
Ishmael? After such a long period of isolation, Ishmael staggered out of her room at last.
대호수의 규칙은 고작 노트에 몇 줄 적는다고 해결될 사소하고 간단한 내용이 아니에요. 대호수 자체의 규칙은 간단하지만 각 호수의 규칙은 천차만별이니까. 애초에 허가 없이 대호수의 규칙에 대해 문자로 기록하는 것 자체가 유사에 잘 알려진 금기기도 하고요.
그렇다면 몸에 새기면 되겠군.
만약 새긴다는 의미가 경험이 아닌 문신의 의미라면 그 또한 문제가 됩니다. 해당 사례로 유사의 금기 사냥꾼들이 파견된 적도 있으니까요. 모든 규칙은 구전으로만 옮겨지는 편이 안전합니다.
What the heck? What have you been doing all this time, Ishmael?
작사를 갈고 있었어요.
Your harpoon? Why?
더 날카로워야 하니까요. 스치기만 해도 살아있다는 사실이 후회스러울 정도로 고통스럽게 만들어줄 거니까.
그럼 그냥 처박히긴 하지 왜 기어 나오는 건데?
그대로 처박혀 있다간 녹아내려 흔적도 없어진 당신들을 구경할 것 같아서요. 별로 유쾌하지 않거든요. 그런 걸 또 보는 건. 그리고
Besides,
호수에 대해 뭣도 모르는 사람들끼리 배를 주물럭거리면서 시간만 축내는 꼬락서니를 더는 못 봐주겠으니까.
even though it's been a long time since the incident at the boatworks, her biting and anxious lectures have not dulled at all. I was afraid that she might stir up trouble among the sinners again. Okay, fine. But she was out here with the rest of us, and I wanted to believe that that was more than enough. I decided not to question her further.
이럴 줄 알았죠.
Ishmael walked up to the helm.
뭐 하는 거지? 이 배는 순항 중이다. 오히려 남쪽에서 불어오는 순풍의 영향으로 더 속력이 빨라졌어.
그렇게 보일 수도 있겠네요. 땅에서나 구르던 사람 생각이라는 건 그렇게 일차원적이고 뻔한 편이니까.
이 새끼가 지금 이 오티스에
Otis, let's hear her out.
운이 좋군. 물개놈.
Okay, Ishmael, tell us. How are we not smooth sailing? We've got the wind at our backs.
바람 때문이 아니죠. 우리는 끌려가고 있는 거예요.
Dragged? By what?
저 배들에게로.
Ships? I guess they're enemies? Maybe. Just like Ishmael said, two massive vessels were approaching us not far from where we were. We're not exactly on a collision course with them, though. Ishmael didn't entertain me with an answer. Instead, she took the helm and threw it wildly in one direction. Whoa!
이 기술은 첨벙 드리프트.
배에도 드리프트가 있었나?
카론 놀랐어. 주황머리 신선해.
Ishmael earned Karon's respect.
경쟁자가 생겼군, 카론.
아니, 잠깐만. 이상하군. 분명 방향을 꺾었는데도 왜 저 배들 사이로 우리 배가 이동하지?
뱃머리가 미동도 하지 않아요.
Though Ishmael turned the Mephistopheles helm around to the opposite direction of the two ships, we were getting dragged even faster by them. And there was nothing we could do about it.
이스, 설마 전진 후진 레버를 반대로 당긴 건 아니지?
엔진은 껐어요.
뭐?
배들이 합쳐지는 건가요?
야이 미친 새끼야! 지금 짜부라지게 생겼는데 그런 한가로운 감성이 나와?
어이 물개. 큰 소리를 그렇게 치더니 이제 어떡해?
좀 닥쳐요.
She knows what she's doing.
최대한 이용할 거예요. 그리고
부딪힌다.
지금
Immediately before the crash, Ishmael deftly revved the engine and adjusted several levers in a series of decisive motions before speeding us between and past the two vessels. The back of our ship. The ship's stern was crushed, but it was better than getting completely sandwiched between these two ships.
이 정도라면 며칠 내로 회복이 가능한 수준입니다. 메피스토
아니,
Oh,
지금
I thought she was gonna.
파괴된 정도가 아니라 통째로 뽑혀 나갔는데?
마치 처음부터 그곳에 있지 아니했던 것 같소.
I took another look at where the stern used to be. It was as the sinner said, the stern wasn't crushed, it was effectively deleted as though it had never been there. It left a bizarre looking cross section behind.
유사의 특이점, 공명굽세의 특징이죠. 이곳의 배들은 원래 하나였던 것처럼 서로 끌어당기며 합쳐지기도 하고 목적에 따라 언제 하나였냐는 것처럼 분리되기도 하니까요. 저 정도 크기의 배들이 쓰는 공명굽세 정도라면 우리처럼 공명굽세가 없거나 주파수가 안 맞는 배들을 그대로 삼켜버리는 일이 빈번하죠.
That's bad.
아, 이런. 명령이 내려지지도 않았는데 운전대를 잡게 되었네요, 관리자님.
You don't need to be sarcastic, girl. No, don't. You just saved all of our lives.
뭐 그러려던 건 아니긴 하지만요. 이해해 주신다니 고맙네요. 아, 시키지 않은 설명이 나오는 것까지 이해 좀 해주세요. 워낙 떽떽거리는 소리가 시끄러워서 배 한가운데에서 귀마개를 할 순 없잖아요.
Yes, that's fine. You're the one more knowledgeable anyways.
전장에서 입이 거른 사람은 굴러다니는 돌멩이만큼 많았다. 실력만 뛰어나다면 그러는 걸 굳이 제지할 필요도 없을 테지. 죄송합니다, 관리자님. 저는 잠시만 휴식을 취하겠습니다.
That's fine. Take a rest, Otis.
어찌 풀이 죽은 것이오? 대장, 아니 선장.
시끄럽다. 처음부터 대장은 저기 계신 관리자님이었어.
Downcast and shoulders slumped, Otis made her way into the ship cabins, formerly the bus cabins.
목적지에 거의 다 왔군요. 유사의 5대 항구 중 하나인 청새치 항구선입니다.
Faust's voice was dry and motionless, as though what had just happened didn't affect her one bit.
와, 정말 크네요. 지금까지 제가 보았던 배 중에 손에 꼽을 정도로 커다란걸요?
Hongmu was right. We were approaching a massive ship, so large that it could almost be mistaken for an island. Whichever was the case, it was clear that the port was a mega structure built from countless metal shipping containers.
안개가 거치니 비로소 보이지 않던 것이 보이는구려. 이런 커다란 것까지 가릴 줄이야.
Hey, he's not gonna puke anymore. Or he doesn't look like he's gonna puke.
에? 저 정도 규모면 이미 배라는 개념을 벗어나 보이는데.
Can't help but agree there. Ishmael, does that count as a ship in the Great Lake?
대호수에서 자꾸 육지 상식을 꺼내봐야 소용없어요. 공명굽세를 쓴다면 저런 배는 밥 먹듯이 볼 테니까요. 아니, 고래고기 먹듯이라고 해야 할까요?
Kidnappers. Seems good.
파우스트가 나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
자, 그럼 여기서 잠시 작별의 시간이군.
Wait, we already landed?
나와 카루는 이 근처에서 볼 일이 있다.
볼일? 왜? 또 무슨 일인데?
It's probably best not to ask.
인어 향수나 살까 한다. 고 해두지.
Virgilia said, looking straight at an advertisement before us. Bottles of mermaid perfume extracted straight from their left fins. Special discount.
우후, 우리 것도 사다 주는 것인가? 인어 향수라니. 요새는 신기한 게 많군.
It's clearly a lie, Don Quixote.
유사에는 고래와 인어를 이용한 상품들이 주 수입원으로 사용되고 있어요. 고래 기름, 인어 눈물, 인어 향수, 고래 요리 등등 다양하죠.
오, 저기에는 아이스크림 가게도 있는 것 같소.
덩어리 고래맛 아이스크림. 아 정말 저런 게 먹고 싶은 거야?
보기에는 이상해도 의외로 먹을만해. 정우리는.
난 정어리 맛보다는 청새치 고래 맛이 궁금하오.
길잡이께서는 이번에도 동행하지 않는 것이요.
길잡이라는 것의 역할이 그런 것 아니겠나. 올바른 방향을 가리킬 뿐 그 방향으로 걸어가는 것까지는 소관이 아닌 것이지.
Well, that's kinda.
정없이도 들려.
Yeah, exactly what Isang said.
올바르게 들었어 이상. 내가 너희와 나눌 정도 없으니까.
I mean, that's fine, but he could at least give us some more information. Like the manager, us.
나 참 이런 잡담이나 나누고 있으니 정 같은 소리나 듣지. 파우스트 씨,
저희를 기다리는 분들이 계십니다. 미리 파견 나온 LCCB 직원들로부터 유사 안 황금가지가 있는 로보토미 지부의 위치를 전달받기로 했습니다. 전달받은 마지막 접선지 위치에 따르면 이쪽입니다.
좀 으스스하네요.
아무도 안 보이는데? 어떻게 된 거야, 파우?
저를 의심스럽게 생각하시는 말투군요. 전달받은 장소는 이곳이 맞습니다.
And where are they?
그럼 이번에 우리가 먼저 도착한 건가? T4 팀이라더니 이름에 어울리지 않는 행동도 하는 건가래?
Belated team.
정확히 정정하자면 저희 쪽에서 1시간 30분가량 늦었습니다.
Oh.
이상. 지난번 제2사에서 만난 LCCB 대원들은 훨씬 전부터 대기.
I'm sure that comment reminded everyone of the same duo. I miss them too. It did for me too. Thinking about them even for a brief moment is...
기다림의 끝에 숙면을 취하기로 한 것 같다.
FB Saudi, we didn't deserve you too.
시간이 몇 시야? 아무리 그래도 너무 늦은 거 아니냐? 어?
Sorry about that, dude.
미안하오. 급히 향하다 예상치 못한 사고에 휘말리는 바람에.
그러면 그런 사고까지 예상해서 일찍 출발했어야지.
At least you got a nap? Someone from the corner of the shipping container rises from their nap and stretches. They sound oddly aggressive.
어? 아이쿠 이런.
Honglu, wait!
명찰이 삐뚤어져 있잖아요. 단정한 매무새는 언제나 중요하니까요. 어라? 명찰에 질척거리는 게.
On his chest hung an upside down LCCB agent badge. It was soaked in blood.
명찰은 자극적인 효과를 위한 연출이었어.
Oh, so he killed them.
자, 어디 뭐였더라? 림버스 컴퍼니 비포팀 팀장. 겁도 없이 우리 구역에서 걸리적거리고 있더군.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so he did.
볼품없는 연출이라 걸리적거리는데 뭐 분하기 전에 본론부터 말해.
어이, 이 지각한 놈들이 성미는 또 급하네. 들어봐.
너희 황금 뭐를 찾고 있지?
그자를 어떻게 한 거지?
아, 목숨은 잘 붙어 있으니까 염려는 마시고.
인질 협상을 하자는 거로군.
우리가 사람 가지고 한두 번 장사한 건 아니라서 말이야.
How about we just beat him up?
간단해. 돈을 주면 당신네 친구를 풀어준다. 안 주면 친구께서는 이곳이 바로 관짝이 되어버리는 거지.
납치범이었냐? 더러운 자식들.
잠깐. 자꾸들 성미가 급하셔. 말보다 몸이 먼저 나가시려는 분이 계시네. 협상이 잘못될 경우에도 친구는 관짝행이야.
How about we secretly knock him out and save?
돈만 깔끔하게 주면 너희는 불련한 친구랑 황금 그 모시기를 찾으러 가시든가 하면 되는 거야. 쉽잖아. 그럼 우리가 맛집은 풀코스로 알려줄게. 서비스로.
버러지가.
자자. 알았어. 그쪽이 말하는 바는 충분히 알았으니까 우리끼리 잠깐 얘기 좀 나눌게. 응? 괜히 우리가 여기서 눈에 띄게 행동해봐야 좋을 게 뭐가 있겠어. 섣불리 움직이다가 정말 납치된 LCCB 대원이 죽기라도 하면
상황이 우리에게 불리한 건 사실이다. 황금가지에 대해 자세히 알지도 못하는 것들이 무턱대고 돈이 될 것 같은 자를 납치한 것 같군.
지금껏 황금가지를 빼앗으려는 악인들은 많았지만 이렇게 무작정 강도질을 하는 자는 또 처음일세.
That's true now that I think about it.
얄팍한 알맹이 없는 장난질이다.
섣불리 무기라도 휘둘렀다가는 파악되지 않은 저놈의 동료. 더 크게 보자면 이 구역을 주름잡고 있을 수도 있는 조직에게 쫓기게 되겠지.
유사에 대한 정보가 거의 없는 우리에게는 상황이 상당히 불리해진다.
그러게 조직의 크기가 얼마나 될지도 모르겠고 대사를 들으니까 한두 번 해본 솜씨도 아니어 보였지.
그런 거라면 규모가 작은 조직일 수도 있다는 거 아닌가요?
규모가 작으면 그냥 싹 다 조지면 끝날 일이잖아. 인질을 처리하기도 전에.
아니, 그 말대로 규모가 크지 않더라도 또 다른 골칫거리가 될 수 있다.
So what do we do? So we don't know anything. Great.
정말로 저희가 돈을 안 주면
진짜 저런 것들을 수틀리면 죽인 후의 시체도 영원히 못 찾게. 어딜 가나 있는 더러운 버러지들.
All kinds of awful images and ominous speculation begin to overwhelm us. The so-called kidnappers were crowding amongst themselves, giggling and chattering. They knew that our options were limited. Okay, then I'm going to start off by asking how much they want. We're out of our element here. The best I can do is to try to gather some information at least. A short, exasperated sigh escaped Ishmael's lips. She had been standing here this whole time, arms crossed over the harpoon that rested upon her chest.
돈을 주겠다? 저것들한테요? 기어이 미치신 거죠?
Then why don't you say something, girl? What else can we do? Even now the hostage...
변명은 관심 없고요. 이게 관리자님이 내리신 최선의 판단 맞아요?
Sure, whatever.
판단에 대한 의심은
불필요하다. 네? 당신이라면 그렇게 말하겠지.
판단은 곧 명령이다. 의심은 곧 굴복이고. 이스마엘, 네 놈이 얼마나 뛰어난 물개든 간에
뭐 그럴 수도 있고요. 나한테 직접 해라 말라 하는 말 없었으니 상관없다고 생각하는데 도저히 이대로는 참을 수가 없어서.
Then why don't you give us some info? Or do I need to order you to do that too? Ishmael strode towards the kidnappers. It was plain from her tone and expression that she did not care one bit about what the other sinner said.
명령 불복종에 대한 처벌은
She shot me a fleeting glance before raising her harpoon.
편하실 때 내려주세요. 관리자님.
Then thrust her well-sharpened harpoon right into one of the kidnappers' foreheads. The entire course of her action from start to finish was so full of absolute confidence that no one even thought to stop her. I couldn't either.
대박.
Ryoshu was right. The kidnappers suffered a total obliteration of forehead.
이스마엘 씨, 방금 무슨 짓을 하신 거예요?
Sinclair was the first to snap out of the stupefied silence.
이러면 인질로 잡혀있다는 LCCB 대원이 화를 당할 수도 있잖아요. 저희 때문에.
Sinclair was trembling hard. I couldn't tell if it was the welling tears he was holding back or an uncontrollable fury.
그때처럼 에피 씨와 소드 씨처럼 불과 몇 달 전일 뿐이었어요. 그새 잊은 건 아니시잖아요.
Sinclair's memories? I saw an image of Saudi and Effie both smiling. Both were excellent field agents. And because they were both excellent agents, they suffered to their last moments before our eyes. Helplessly watching as they slowly expired in front of him, at his old home at that. That day must have been scorched into his memories. I recall Ishmael's vision that I witnessed back at the boatworks. Was that also a moment that was burned into her memories, I wonder? Ishmael didn't seem to find Sinclair's questions worth answering. She strode towards one of the closed shipping containers and kicked it open. A body that had been dead for so long that its complexion and consistency barely resembled that of a living human slumped to the floor.
이건 일주일 정도 됐네요. 당연히 LCCB 대원은 아니고요.
Ishmael kicks the body, tossing it on its back.
옷을 보아하니 이곳 청새치 항구로 놀러온 관광객들이네요. 호수에서 관광을 다닐 정도면 부자라는 소리 좀 듣고 살았을 텐데 돈을 보내지 못할 리는 없었겠죠. 납치, 협박, 살인 이런 조직은 모습만 조금씩 바뀔 뿐 오래전부터 유사 이곳저곳에 뿌리 내려져 있었어요. 잡초같이 사방에. 오히려 여기서는 해적이라고 부르는 게 더 맞는 표현이죠.
Ah, I see.
인지를 돌려줄 것처럼 계속 돈을 요구하다가 상대에게 더 이상 뜯어낼 게 없을 때.
Ishmael poked the body with her foot.
이런 식으로 죽이는 거죠.
한두 번이 아닌 듯하네만. 어째서 이런 일들이 당연하다는 듯이 벌어지는 것인가? 이곳은 관광지 아니었던 겐가?
이런 경우엔 보통 엄청나게 든든한 뒷배가 있는 경우가 많겠지.
그것이 도대체 무슨 관계가 있다는 말이오? 이런 악인들이 도시를 굴러다니는데.
Well, that's such is life, I suppose.
아직 도시의 해결사들이 이 사실을 모르는 것이 틀림없어. 그렇지 않다면 빈곤한 자가 많아 의뢰하지 못했거나. 지금이라도 정의로운 협회에 서신을 보낸다면.
제발 돈키호테 씨. 아직도 그 정의와 악인 타령이에요? 현실이 그렇게 안 보이나요?
본인은
아니 그냥 말하지 마요. 어차피 먹히지도 않을 거. 답답하니까 자꾸 말하게 되네. 항상 이딴 식이니까 일이 자꾸 늦어지기만 하잖아.
Well, technically, it's usually because we don't have enough information because, you know, Virgilius never likes to say anything and Faust doesn't really say anything either. And now you aren't making it any better by hiding all the information and expecting us to know when we never lived here. And I do not have my memories. So, like, I'm pretty sure the frustration that she's feeling right now is what everyone else is feeling. I mean, at the same time, I do understand her frustration because honestly, if you had experienced trauma in the place that you live for a long time and you have to end up going there, not out of your own choice, then you just feel bitter about everything and you just want them to experience the pain that you felt, even though you spout about how you don't want them to experience all that and all that shit. I mean, shiz. Oops. But either way, it's just something that I feel like she doesn't really notice herself. That even though she says, oh, we shouldn't come here, we need to protect, we're not ready, but then she doesn't really say anything or do anything useful and just makes her own decisions because she thinks that we're all incompetent, even though we don't have the same information, knowledge, and experience as she does. And I feel like she secretly just wants them to suffer the same way that she did so that they can understand why they shouldn't come over here. But in reality, she should be the one helping to lead so that they don't have to suffer the way that she did, instead of just avoiding the situation when there is no way to avoid it. Like, if you can't avoid it, might as well do your best to make the situation better, you know? So I understand where she's coming from, but she clearly isn't aware that everyone else is frustrated with her for similar reasons.
지금쯤이면 만나기로 한 LCCB 대원에게 정보를 얻고 있었어야 했는데.
See, there we go. Ishmael's eyes darted around with wrath, impatience, and anxiety. She's so deep in her brain cells to the point that she doesn't focus on the now and with who she's with. It is quite frustrating to see, obviously. A metaphorical storm, an amalgamation of senses. Snap out of it, girl! This isn't going to help us. And you. She was billowing widely and helplessly in the tempest. I could not even hope to hold her steady.
너희가 자초한 거야. 이 근방은 다 우리 구역이라고. 우리 조직으로 말하자면.
올 거면 그냥 빨리 오세요.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, we'll do this one. Well, this will be a very enjoyable Kanto in that we finally get to see Ishmael's character development. Also, welcome everyone to the chat! Usually I'm used to seeing battles in every single round because of Canto 4, but I guess Canto 5 isn't gonna be like that. Ishmael turned into salted fish. That's true. She has indeed. Let's see, 72, 78. All good, all good. At the same time, I don't really know how I would personally deal with Ishmael as like the position of manager. And it is why I would never want to become a manager. It's too difficult trying to deal with people's traumas and struggles. It's very, I can understand from other people's perspectives, but knowing how to talk to someone who is in that kind of situation with that kind of mindset is still very much difficult to deal with. Because one wrong move and you will end up suffering from it in some way or another. The thing with Ish is, in a flawed way, she tried to help everyone through the Great Lake just to be shunned. Remember the brochures about each district she handled? That's true. The same ones Rodian refused to read even the EU Corp one. But the thing is, she should have known that they wouldn't read. Like they already don't read and don't even listen to the manager. The least that she could do is just go to us and have us read it. That way we can let them know when things go bad. But she just completely like blew up and went crazy right then and there. So like I understand her, but the way she went about it is wrong when she knows exactly the type of people the sinners are. Like you cannot expect a lot of them to read it, except maybe like Isang and like the others. Like she was just so focused on one person's reply. And yeah, the only person that they listened to is Vergilius. But then the least she could have done is go to the people that would actually read it and would, you know, appreciate the information. Because the one thing I noticed is that the moment one person, you know, says something that triggers her, then she completely acts as if everyone said it, which is bad. So it's kind of like, well, in that case, how do you expect people to listen if you're just gonna blow up like that to everyone and not own up to it and apologize and then ask if they're willing? Especially the ones who would actually be willing. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure Sinclair would have been happy to learn, and maybe Gregor. But no, just because one person says, I'm not gonna read this, that is, you do not just blow up like that. I mean, ever since chapter 2, she doesn't fully trust Dante either. Yeah, but we're the manager. The least she could do is like come to us first instead of the other sinners. She just basically did everything on her own and expected everyone to follow her orders when clearly she's not the one who's in a position to do so. But yeah, I know she was in her tipping point, but afterwards she had plenty of time to get, like, process what happened and approach the situation again in a better, I guess, way? But she didn't, and that was the problem. Like I said, I understand why she's like that, but it's like, you gotta learn to approach things in different ways. The people who would have read it is the same people who probably don't need them. Faust knows everything. Otis was also a thief. Yeah, but they wouldn't know every single rule. Like Faust, yeah, she knows everything, but she doesn't say anything. And that's the problem. So what I'm talking about are the people that would actually be willing to read it and would use the information well instead of hiding it like Faust would, who doesn't say anything and just says, oh, very vague things to everyone. Which, I mean, is fine, but it would be useful for the others to know, even if some of them might not read because they just don't read things. God, here how are we doing on the Ishmael PTSD trip? Well, frustrated with her, but I understand her. At the same time, I don't really know how old she is, so it does make sense why she reacts the way that she does if she's younger than I expect. But yeah, either way, she really could have just gone to us and then asked us to read it first, and then we would relay an order to them to read it. That would have been the proper way to go about it, instead of giving it to everyone, shoving it to their arms, and be like, okay, read it. Like that's not gonna go well with some of the sinners. Like, we know them. They're not gonna be willing to read it. I would be surprised if they even said, okay, we'll try reading it. Like, no, I don't think so. That's not how they are. Like, let's admit it. Hi, Eleanox. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, overall, the Ishmael PTSD trip has been pretty fun to read, though, despite the frustrations, obviously. Mostly because it's just, I wish I could be there and handle the situation myself, but it's not like I could do that. Gotta follow the story. Yeah, I can see why some people would feel sad rather than frustrated. But personally, for me, I just feel frustrated. Because even though I understand how she feels, I'm not going to, I guess, embrace the feeling that she feels at the moment. From this Kanto, the PTSD trips have gameplay interact. Oh, really? Okay, that's good to know. I feel bad for Ishmael too, but that doesn't make her less difficult to work with in this chapter. Yeah, that's true. It's just one of those things where you understand what someone is going through, but just because they're going through something difficult doesn't mean that everyone's not going through something difficult. And even when we went through other people's, what is it? Canto, and what they dealt with, they just don't get in the way and become so difficult to work with despite it. So, it's what I feel worried about her in that sense. So, I do feel frustrated, but I'm more worried about her more than anything because PTSD is something that's extremely difficult to control and react to in any case.
보스가 이 사실을 알면 가만두지 않을 텐데 너희들.
Ishmael's debuffed in this chapter? Yeah, I don't use Ish at all, so it doesn't matter, I guess, in my case. Yes, I'm doing Ishmael's Canto. She starts with a passive that starts her on negative stand and gives her a damage buff on negative stand. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm kind of glad I'm not using her. Okay, let's continue.
그러니까 지금이라도 적당히 용서를 구하면. 잠깐, 왜 자꾸 말을 끊는 거야? 다가오지 마.
아, 그거 잘 됐네. 보스가 있으면 여기서 지지부진하게 시간 까먹기나 하고 있지 않아도 되겠네요.
I don't think I have anyone built for Ishmael. Oh, wait, I guess I could borrow, but then is there any point of borrow? Maybe I'll borrow in the dungeon? I feel like that would probably work better.
이 컨테이너들은 셀 수도 없이 많고 그걸 하나씩 억지로 열어가며 썩어가는 시체 냄새를 맡을 필요도 없고 한 손 정도는 움직일 수 있죠?
살려줘.
Yeah, you think, I'm sure everyone has said that to you, so no.
보스가 있는 곳, 이 지도에서 손가락으로 위치 찍어요.
I wasn't sure when she picked it up, but Ishmael was carrying a travel brochure of Marlin Port. She shoved it in the pirate's face, who struggled for a moment before pointing to a location on the map. As soon as her trembling finger reached the paper, Ishmael, wait.
갈 곳 나왔네요. 가죠.
Ishmael walked out, leaving nothing but shipping containers full of both old and fresh bodies behind.
여기서 우리가 만나기로 한 LCCB 직원이 살아있었습니다.
저들이 우리에게 가지고 있는 돈벌이에 대한 기대감에 따르겠죠.
죽어 있을 수도 있겠고.
죄악의 경우 시체라도 찾아야 해요. 뭐라도 나올 테니까.
이렇게 해서 결국 마주하는 게 그분의 싸늘한 시체뿐이라면 전 용서 못할 것 같아요. 이스마엘 씨.
저를요?
아니요. 구하기 위해 어떤 노력도 해보지 못한 우리를요.
Faust,
듣고 있습니다.
should we do something? Is she going to be okay? I mean, Ishmael...
명령 불복종에 대한 것인지 수감자의 감정 상태에 대한 것인지 어떤 것이든 대답은 드릴 수 있겠습니다만 이런 상황에서 파우스트의 추론은 별다른 도움이 되지 못하겠죠.
처럼 명령 불복종과 단독 행동은 동서고금 즉결 처분의 대상이었습니다, 관리자님. 수감자를 처분할 권한이 없으시다는 건 알고 있지만 그에 준하는 처벌은 향후 관리를 위해 필요하다고 조언드리고 싶군요.
Otis, you're always on my side. Pretty much always, now that I think about it.
저도 한때 몇몇 부하들을 이끌었던 입장으로서 관리자님의 심경을 충분히 헤아릴 수 있으니까 말입니다.
Oh, Otis! I didn't know how I felt about you before, but oh, you're the best. I don't know if I can manage Ishmael anymore. I just don't. Now she's just a bootlicker. Though it looked like she was acting rash, maybe she knew the right thing to do in this scenario. If Ishmael suddenly decides to quit or something, Faust will doubtless proceed to educate me on the various clauses that prevent Ishmael from quitting. But it's not like I could force her to come along should this hostility escalate. Besides, she'd already acted without my orders earlier. She did say that she'd follow my orders, but I wasn't sure how long that would last.
그게 무엇이 중요합니까, 관리자님? 10이라는 숫자가 어긋나는 건 부수적인 문제입니다.
Are you saying that we leave Ishmael?
저는 아주 먼 곳으로부터 오랫동안 떠돌다 이곳에 왔습니다, 관리자님. 입사 계약서에 적혀있던 조건, 그 한 줄만 보고 말입니다. 그 목적을 위한 여정에서 발생하는 고난과 갈등, 더 나아가서 전우들의 이탈 같은 부수적인 요소들은 충분히 각오하고 있던 부분이었습니다. 오히려 당연한 요소일 것입니다. 물론 관리자님과는 언제나 함께하겠지만 말입니다.
She smoothly added the last part, but there was a growing suspicion at the back of my mind that maybe not everyone felt a sense of belonging from this group. Maybe I was the only one who sought a sense of belonging from them. That we'd fight as one no matter what ordeal this journey threw in our way. Probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I think the only one that actually feels connected to everyone right now is maybe Don Quixote, Sinclair, Isang, and let's see, maybe Rhodia, maybe not actually.
가자, 죽이라.
The location, as marked by the pirate's blood, led us to the entrance of a club. Faint music could be heard echoing out from behind the doors. So this is the place?
우리 중에 이런 요란한 클럽 가본 사람?
굳이 우리 중에 고르자면은 당신 말고는 어울릴 만한 사람이 없어 보이네.
That's true.
그거 편견이야. 우리 뒷골목에는 이렇게 화려한 술집은 거의 없었어.
Oh, that's true too.
장사가 잘 될 리가 없었잖아. 그치? 뭐 뒷골목에서 몰래 벌이는 파티 같은 건 있었지만 그럴 때마다 소녀가 매번 귀신같이 알아채서 잡아왔었지.
So why are we talking about this?
모르겠어, 단테? 입구에 경호원들이 있잖아.
몇 명이서 오셨죠?
2명. 섭섭하네. 나 기억 안 나? 명단에도 올려져 있는데.
죄송합니다. 확인했습니다.
How about we knock someone out and then pretend to be them?
저것 봐. 뭔가 쑥덕거리면서 물어보잖아. 자연스럽게 저걸 뚫어야 한다는 건데.
그럼 그 다음으로 많이 갈 만한.
He's just choosing who might have to do it.
어? 뭐야? 나? 무슨 말 같지도 않은 소리야? 죽을래?
나라면 어느 정도는 칭찬으로 받아들일 것 같은데, 히스.
She knows how to handle him.
뭐 기다릴 게 버리게 되어서 아쉽지만 난 좀 더 피와 땀과 의리로 섞여 있는 그런 조직 출신이라서 말이야. 아쉽지만 저런 삐까번쩍한 곳보다는 허름한 탁자에서 마시던 낡은 술집이 내겐 더 가까워.
나
What?
음악과 함께 울려 퍼지는 비명들, 피범벅 벽지, 꺾여 있는 관절로 춤을 추는.
I think that's the wrong type of dancing, Ryoshu.
아 그런 거는 클럽이 아니야. 역시 아무도 없는 건가?
가보았다.
What? Okay. Did he just say that he went to such a club?
다소 자주.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, really unexpected. I can't believe this.
농담이 아니다. 왜 그렇게 생각하는지 모르겠군.
Well, you're kind of like this, I guess.
인생에서 즐길 거리를 찾으러 돌아다닐 무렵에 방문한 곳 중 하나일 뿐이다.
I see.
저 클럽의 절차를 관찰해 보니 프라이빗 클럽으로 보인다. 프라이빗 클럽은 방문하기 전 입구에 서 있는 문지기들의 허가를 받아야 입장이 가능하다.
Oh, he knows his stuff.
문지기들은 대체로 평균 이상의 덩치를 소유하고 있었으며 무기 또한 소유하고 있다. 이들 사이를 무사히 지나가려면
일반적인 클럽이라면 그게 맞는 말이겠지만
이스?
Ishmael walked past us and up to the club entrance.
이곳은 조직의 보스가 있는 공간. 당연히 일반적이지 않은 방식으로 입장하지 않는 방식도 있을 테고.
Oh.
그 답도 조직원에게 있겠죠. 단순하지 않나요?
어떻게 오셨죠?
저는 퀵해그의 친구예요.
네가 뭐라고?
퀵해그. 그 이름을 알고 있겠죠?
Oh. At the mere mention of that name, the bouncer's expression changed from that of indifference to disbelief.
잠깐.
The bouncer whispered something into the radio. Is he really going to let us in?
당신이 정말 키케그의 친구라는 건가?
그렇다면요?
지금 어디지?
Oh.
보스께서 물어보신다.
그러니까 당신들 보스가 지금 이 안에 있다는 거네요.
다시 한번 묻는다. 키케그는
우리 쌍갈고리가 향하는 중. 다시 말한다. 우리 쌍갈고리가.
I thought we were trying to sneak in?
아니요. 이 안에 조직의 보스가 있는지 확인할 방법일 뿐이었죠. 대가리가 가장 많은 정보를 알고 있을 테니 가장 빠르고 확실하죠.
I mean, I guess that is fast. Don't know how I feel about that, but it's fast.
잭, 칼은 다 갈아놨지?
Let me drink some water. Okay. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. So Moby, I mean, Ish is efficient if anything. Well, efficiency is great. There we go. Efficient at getting into combat. I mean, it's not that bad, probably. I mean, would you say it's bad? I mean, at this point, I don't think there is any other way to get it anyways. So might as well just get into fights. Especially since we're not sure if the boss is in there, then it's not really worth trying to go in and figuring it out from there. I might as well just figure it out right then and there and then attack. It's like the one thing where I'm actually in agreement of how she handled it.
가까워지는 항해의 끝.
거기구나.
But so far, I am enjoying the way that they've started out for Canto 5. It's a lot fast-paced, which I actually like, mostly because it's very different from Canto 4, which is a little bit more slow-paced. Which, there's nothing wrong with slow-paced stories, it's just that the back and forth with the pacing is nice in its own way. Although I kind of do miss the amount of fights that we had in Canto 4. Only because I can't talk to you guys as much. But at the same time, I get more of the story on time, so I don't mind that either. It is kind of too noisy, especially for a hostage situation. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, if they're going to get attacked by the syndicate anyways, then might as well go after them before anything happens. 2045.
이 땅과 마님에게 손끝이라도 대려는 자가 있다.
Let's be honest here, with our past record, do you think we're gonna sneak? That's true. I mean, think about the time where it was Rhodia's Kanto, I think Kanto 2. That was definitely not sneaking in. That was like the worst way of entering, actually. So that might be another reason why Ishmael was like, okay, let's just find out the boss is here and then just get going. I mean, it is the best way to go about it, which is funny because usually she would be against that kind of thing. Not to mention the fact that everyone was like, well, why are you doing that? When in reality, they would be the ones causing trouble usually. They almost were ready to form a plan twice and both times acted against it. That's true.
거기까지. 어이쿠. 그 정도인가? 위험 요소 제거.
Yeah.
아직 못 자라. 여러분들, 왜 그렇게 뒷걸음질을 하시는 건가요?
Oh, give me a second. So now that Canto 5 uses 6, I wonder if there's someone I should be building. I think you guys said that Kurokumo is a good one to choose, right? And I think I should probably finish building Wuthering Heights Chief Butler, or should I go for the Ring Pointillist student? Or if there's someone else, I don't even have Isak. I just don't want to look over there anymore. The pain. And I do have Mere Salt and Honglu. Ishmael? I don't even... Oh yeah, I have these, but I don't know if these are actually worth building right now. I already got these sets, so I'm not gonna change these. But maybe I could change Otis's or the other ones. I'm not sure what to go. Oh yeah, and then there's Rhodia's, but I don't know if any of them are good too. Maid Ishmael? Is she good? I heard that she's okay. So I just need to make sure it's 6, because these are for sure I'm gonna be keeping. I just need a 6th member that I should probably build. I am probably going to end the stream here though. So if you do have recommendations, then let me know down below. Hook Honglu is good for bleed team. I don't know if I have bleed team though. It's just her, right? That does bleed. Let me see. Skill. Yeah, she's the one that does bleed. I don't know if anyone else does bleed. Let's see. Oh yeah, he does bleed. Okay, I didn't know that. I just found out. So Maid Ish is good for sinking. She's just solid in general. Hook Honglu. Oh yeah, that's true. So I guess I should build Ishmael then. So I guess maybe what is it? She or Butler or Maid? Let's see. This one is getting to poise. And then this one is poise and sinking. Let's see, skill 2, sinking. Sinking. Poise. Butler is better? Will I be doing Dante's note? I'll probably do it next time, only because I don't feel very good right now, so that's why I'm making this stream short today. Okay, then I'll go for this one. I think I could uptie it right now, actually. I have enough. Oh, let's do this.
유능하지 않을 리가 없죠. 병약해지신 틈을 타 부당한 이득을 취하려는 놈들은 제가 청소해드리겠습니다.
Heck yeah. The Edgar Manor. Wreathed in the ambient sunlight is full of sounds of brooms and butler boots moving about its premises. Oh, did it freeze? Give me a second. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Well, even if I said 1 second, it's not really 1 second. There. It should be okay now. 10 something. It should start appearing. But let me double check actually. Come on. Oh, there was an error. I can see. Let me refresh that. Come on. Work for me. Okay, now it should work. Yeah, it's working. Thank you for letting me know. It's hard to tell from my end because the screens are super tiny for me. Okay. Butlers of the Edgar family are busy with their last-minute deep cleaning of the manor before the woven hunt. Manor? Yeah, Manor. Brooms brushing against the floor, dishes clattering against one another. Loud, bustling footsteps. Have I reached the friends limit? I don't think so. I remember accepting a few friend requests before I started the stream. The child is quietly and impassively dusting the window frames amidst that clamor. Come on, let's try not to neglect these out-of-the-way corners. The child would normally have quietly taken care of it herself without telling anyone but. Now that they're all busily preparing for the hunt, she decided to give them a warning to avoid drawing the ire of her master or the chief butler. It may have sounded a tad nosy, but it was her own way of caring for the other butlers. Even a pinch of dust particles could be dangerous for our master, you know? Sorry, I'll be more careful from now on. Come on, the hunt's coming up, so let's keep ourselves in tip-top shape, alright? Of course, she wasn't just worried for her fellow butlers. It was clear from the way she spoke that she cared terribly for her master. Wait, there's only Ishmael maid and Otis butler, right? There's no other ones? Oh, wait, Gregor, right? Gregor, and that's it? Perhaps that was an obvious outcome. The child used to be a fixer drifting through the back streets, and she wandered for a long, long time, unable to find her purpose in life. Oh, yeah, now I remember. So I guess there's 4. The Edgar family took her in, gave her a roof over her head, and gave her a definite purpose to live for. Perhaps that is why the child does not tell the chief butler whenever the other child, her master, indulges in alcoholic drinks. That is why the child does not even dare open the window when her master is home, for fear of letting chill winds into the manor. Oh, Faust has a butler one too? Oh. Her devotion to her master almost appears like a blind obsession. Do you think Master would have been less ill had he not been hunting for the wolf? I doubt it. Master had already lost his arm and Miss Isabella even before the hunt started. Yeah, but... Besides, it doesn't matter whether our master gives up his hunt or not, because that wolf won't. He won't stop until he's taken everything that our master has. Oh, speaking of which, didn't that wolf love, Huh? Love? What are you talking about? What was it again? It's nothing. Sorry, I have no idea where that came from. There was a large hole where that child once stood. The child who was likely the cause of all this misery. This child grew puzzled as she suddenly felt the fog of memory from this casual conversation. But she ignored this odd sense of déjà vu. It would be much more reasonable for her to focus on the hunt rather than to get hung up on such details. Is it already time? The sun hangs over the horizon. The terrible wailings of those pulled from the other side begin to echo from nearby. The great rumbling begins to intensify within the halls of the manor. Past the window were the forces of the dead, wreathed under the orange light of the eventide, swarming up toward the manor. Even as I remain awake, does that endless nightmare seek to claim me? They're nothing but weaklings. An advanced party, I see. The wolf caught wind of our hunt, I suppose. The other child, her master, draws his saber and readies himself. But the child shakes her head. Master, Lady Ryoshu, leave them to me. DBS. Me and this fool of a master can take them out in the blink of an eye. The child waits until the warm light of the eventide, the color of her hair reflects off the floorboards of the manor's hallway. She looks into the eyes of the chief butler and her master. The two of you have a wolf to hunt. Don't let the dead waste your energy. Perhaps the two believe that this child's words had merit. Her master lowers his saber. The chief butler grumbles for a moment, before sheathing her knives and crossing her arms. Only then does the child pull an oddly engraved broom and a sharp knife from the dimensional attaché case issued to butlers. Hunting cutleries at the ready. Don't get yourself killed like an idiot. The child lives up to her confidence. The well-sharpened knife cuts through the army of the dead like butter. And the generations-old broom of the Edgar family, Butler's, keeps her enemies at bay. She routed the forces of the dead with every knife throw and broom swing, handily knocking them down like she was dusting a particularly stubborn corner. The advanced force that assailed the manor is already looking rather thin. The intense light of the sunset shines through the windows still. Doesn't seem like housekeeping will cause them to run late to the hunt. Wow. Oh, there were bags of holding in their backs. Makes sense with how many knives they have. Oh. Okay, well, let's see if I can I guess pretty much all I can go for right now. But good to know. I will go for, I think that's pretty much all I can... Yeah, that's the max, right? Wait, is that the max? Yeah, that's the max up tie, or is it 4? No, it's 3, right? I can never remember. But I guess I'll focus on Ishmael, and I assume on the meantime, I also kind of want to build... Maybe I should continue to build Otis, Chief Butler. Or with the artist one would be better. Bleed. Listens bleed. Max uptie is 4? Okay. Good to know, good to know. I keep forgetting. Okay. So I guess that's what it has to be. 4 is the max. But for Otis, do you recommend Butler? Or the ring? Or do you recommend the other sinners? Because I do want to have at least 2, 4, 7. So, I'm not really sure. I think I will first try to max out everyone to level 40 and then eventually try to make them up tie 4. Oh, I would need 150. Okay. If anything, I'll probably make Sinclair up tie 4 first out of all of them. But yeah, I think for now, I have a good... I mean, I guess I could see if I want to... choose and build one of Ryoshu's, because I do have her ego, this one at least. Be nice to use one of the new egos, but I guess not. Butler is good for combat. Do I have other sinking? Is she sinking? I can't remember. Sinking. Okay, she's sinking. I don't know if he's sinking. No, he's haste. Yeah, he's haste. Haste and poise. And then he's bleed. Bleed, sinking. And I think you're bleeding. Yeah, you're bleed and nails. And Don Quixote's rupture. Rupture. So I have 2 bleedings, 1 sink, 2 haste and poise. And then I guess in that case, the artist would probably be better to up tie rather than the butler, since I only have 1 sink. Ring Otis also synergizes well with N Faust and KK Ryoshu. So that would mean I would need to build KK Ryoshu too. I guess for now, I'll just stick with the Butler, Chief Butler, since I'm already raising this one. Might as well use it together. That'll probably make it a little decent, right? So I guess I'll just do that. And for now, this is where I will end for today's stream. Sorry that I couldn't stream for too long today. I just don't feel very good right now because I didn't get enough sleep and it's taking a toll on me. I really don't want to consume too much caffeine, so going to see if I can get a nap in or something. But thank you for joining me today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this short stream. I will probably do a longer stream next week, so you can look forward to that. In any case, thank you for joining me today, and if you enjoyed watching me stream today, then make sure to give it a like, comment down below, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!